Oh, crap! Oh my god. That's embarrassing. Okay. I just sat on something. But anyway, hi everyone, I am Team15 and welcome to my playthrough of the Great Ace Attorney Adventures. I'll be playing through the fan translation and the Capcom version. So let's start. Let's go from where we last were. So we're at the beginning of the trial. The beginning of the trial of the first case. So let's do that. November, 9 a.m. Supreme Court's Court 2. 22nd November, 9 a.m. Supreme Court Judicature, Courtroom Number 2. So this is a courtroom. So this is a courtroom. Not just any courtroom, it's the Supreme Court, the highest legal authority in the Empire. The Supreme Court of Judicature. No court in the land has more power. Something feels off about the gallery. I don't much like the look of those people sitting in the public gallery. Why are there so many people in uniform? Lots of military and other uniforms in there. Today's trial is being conducted in absolute secrecy, by order of the government. The powers that be have demanded that this be a secret trial. Absolute secrecy? A secret trial? That's what I said. The general public has no idea that this trial is taking place. A trial that's closed to ordinary members of the public. Only military and government officials may attend. The only ones allowed to be in attendance are military and government officials. Okay, so yeah, Scarlet Study needs to add extra text boxes sometimes because, you know, they don't have as much room for text as the Capcom version does. So let me just skip ahead here. Okay. Huh? But why? What? But why? You'll find out soon enough. More importantly, it'll become clear in time. But for now, time to focus, Naruhodo. It's about to begin. You need to concentrate, Ryunosuke. It's about to begin. Court is now in session for the trial of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. The court will now hear the trial of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready, Your Excellency. Okay, so another difference between these two translations is that Scarlet Study calls the judge Your Honor, whereas Capcom calls the judge Your Excellency. As is the defense. As is the defense. Before we proceed, there is one thing I would like to confirm. Before we begin, there is one point of order I would like to confirm. Last night, I received an urgent request for a change of attorney from the defense. Yesterday evening, the defense made a last-minute request for a change of advocate. Yes, Your Honor, it was I who submitted that request. That's correct, Your Excellency. I made the request myself. Custom dictates that an attorney ought to be appointed 2 days before the trial. Normal procedure is for the defendant's advocacy to be decided 2 days prior to trial. Therefore, I must ask for confirmation. As this is an unusual circumstance, I am obliged to ask for final confirmation now. Who is to stand as a defense for the accused in today's trial? Who advocates for the defendant in this trial? Here it is! The opening question! This is it! This must be the question! In other words, who will be defending me in this trial? Who's going to defend me? That's the question the professor meant. But if I answer I am, that would mean... But then, if I say I do... There's no time to think! I need to answer quickly! What should I do? Okay, so... Let me just save here and here. Save that. Save here. Back. Go back. Go back. There we go. Okay. Now let's do this. Let's do the wait and see option. Wait and see what happens. Wait and see. Well, Asogi's the real lawyer. I can't really defend myself. Kasuma's the lawyer here. I can't defend myself. I'd be lying if I said I am. If I said I do, it would be tantamount to lying. Yeah, lying is bad. But being labeled a murderer would be even worse. And I've been accused of murder, for goodness sake. This is no time for lies. Naruhodo, stop fidgeting. It's distracting. Try to stop fidgeting, Ryunosuke. It's distracting. But if I don't answer here... But if I don't say I'll defend myself now... I might end up ruining everything for him. Things could end very badly for my friend. Your Honor, there is no need to confirm. Your Excellency, no confirmation is needed. Needless to say, the one who will be defending the accused is... Okay, so I'll let that play. As I'm standing here beside the defendant, I hope it's clear who will advocate for his defense. Okay, what was that out of place yell? What is the meaning of this unruly outburst? The one who will be defending the accused is... I would like to inform the court that... Me, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, will be defending myself. I'll just let these play at the same time and then go back and read. I feel like that's better than just letting one play after the other. I don't know. What? Okay, so let's go back. What did he... Okay, so in the Capcom version, the judge says, "You'll be..." What? What do you think you're doing, Naruhodo? Where are you playing at, Ryunosuke? Professor Mikotoba told me everything. Professor Mikotoba told me everything. Just now, before the trial. Come again? He did what? If I'm declared guilty, your study abroad will be suspended. He said that your dreams of studying abroad would be dashed if you were to lose. I'm disappointed. How sad. You're saying that you don't trust me at all. It means you don't have faith in me. You think that if I was your attorney, we would lose this trial. You think I won't be able to get you off. No! Absolutely not! But... No, it's not that, really! It's just that... If there's even a chance that you'd... Because of me... Well, on the off chance that things don't go well for me, I couldn't bear to be the reason that you... I knew it. Yes. I knew you'd pull something like this. That's why I kept my mouth shut. I knew that's how you'd feel, which is exactly why I decided not to tell you. Damn it, Professor Mikotoba. That was completely unnecessary. Professor Mikotoba shouldn't have stuck his nose in. Very well. Very well. The court acknowledges that the accused will defend himself in today's proceedings. The court hereby recognizes the defendant's desire to advocate for himself in today's trial. Oh ho ho, I see. Well, well. By renouncing his attorney, the accused is admitting to his own crime. Does the accused admit defeat already? Renouncing his own counsel? Really? Do not misunderstand. Make no mistake, counsel. The one who is most sure of his own innocence is simply the defendant himself. That's all. This merely shows that the defendant's innocence is so apparent that he's confident he can speak for himself. Isn't that right, defendant? Isn't that so, Naruhodo-san? Yeah, that's right! Oh, yes, exactly! But, if I'm being honest... Exactly what I wasn't thinking! I'm not confident at all. This defendant is drawing a total blank on what to do next. In fact, my mind's a complete blank. First of all, do something about those shifty eyes of yours. I realize you're in charge now, but still, try not to look so bewildered. How dare a mere student bother the great Supreme Court with such a trite case? Well, for a mere university student to be brought here before the Supreme Court. Surely I'm not the only one who is outraged by this arrangement. You must have perpetuated the most heinous crime indeed. As you gentlemen know, this is the Grand Bench of the Supreme Court. As you are no doubt aware, this is the Supreme Court of Judicature of Japan. As such, we demand a trial befitting this courtroom, the pinnacle of our legal system. Accordingly, the very highest standards of conduct are expected of all present. Defendant. Do I make myself clear, Defendant Naruhodo? Yes? Yes, Your Excellency. I shall now gauge whether or not you are qualified to stand in this court. It is therefore my duty to assess your competence for the task you have undertaken. Oh, okay. What's he gonna do? My competence? What does that mean? In other words, the judge doubts that you have the ability to properly defend yourself. He's questioning your ability to do the job. The joke's on him, because the person with the most doubts is none other than myself. Well, he can't be questioning it more than I am! Now, I shall pose some simple questions to the defense regarding this case. So, let's start with the very simplest of questions. Yes! Yes, Your Honor! Oh, yes! First, what is the name of the victim of this murder? Answer promptly and clearly. Kindly state before the courts the name of the victim in this case. Okay, I should know this one. I've heard it countless times since the incident. Well, that's easy enough. I've heard his name more times than I'd care to remember. It's... Huh? But... Wait... Oh no, I'm so nervous I can't remember! What was his name again? Ugh, I'm so nervous I can't even remember that! What was it again? Naruhodo Ryunosuke. You're drawing a total blank on this one, right? Let me guess, your mind's gone blank? You're my best friend, alright. You know me so well. Don't worry. Everything about the incident has been logged in the court record. All the relevant information for this case can be found in the court record. The court record? But I can't even find that. Go ahead and touch the court record button in the top right corner of the screen. It's simple. You can access the court record with the press of R. In there, you'll find everything you need, even things you may have forgotten. If you ever find you've forgotten something, just consult that. It's all in there. Great. Let's try tapping the court record button. I just have to press R for the court record. Oh, sorry. I just have to press R for the court record? Alright, there's no time to lose. So just tap that and that. Here's all the evidence. You can also view the profiles of people involved in the case. This is the evidence you've collected. Now try switching to people instead with R. Okay, let's switch. Once you've confirmed the victim's details, press back to return to the task at hand. You'll find details about the victim in here. When you're done, just press B to go back. Okay, so let's go to the victim here, and here. Okay. So, and here's another pretty obvious change in the difference between the two translations. So, in the Capcom version, I'm sorry, no, let me start by talking about the other version. In the Scholar Study version, the victim's name is John H. Watson, and in the Capcom version, his name is John H. Wilson. I could explain why this is, but then I'd end up spoiling an important part of the story, so I won't. But just know that this is one of those cases where Capcom changed the name of one of the characters a bit. Actually, Capcom changed the name of a lot of characters, but here they didn't change the entire name, they just changed just one part of it. But there's a reason for that. But anyway, let's read his biography. John H. Watson, 47 years old. The victim in this case was invited to come from the British Empire to university. Medical doctor. John H. Wilson, age 47. The victim of this case. He was a visiting professor of medicine at Umeå University from the British Empire. Okay, so let's go back. All relevant pieces of I can't speak today. All relevant pieces of information can be found in the court record. Remember that. So remember, everything to do with the current case. I can't. Wow, I'm speaking too quickly. So remember, everything to do with the current case can be found in the court record. Now, we shouldn't keep His Honor waiting. Present your answer to him. Now, you'd better not keep His Excellency waiting any longer. Go on. Choose the profile of the victim and present it to the court. Find the victim in the people section of the court record, then press X to present. Try it now. Okay, so we're gonna do a bunch of fuck-ups here. So, let me just save. Just in case I have to come back to this part, for whatever reason. Anyway, let's do. Okay, so we already know what the answer is, but let's just see what happens if you pick the other three profiles. Anyway, present. I'll read everyone's biographies and all the descriptions of the evidence later. I'm not gonna do that right now. I just feel like that'd be a waste of time. Well, maybe I should. I'll do it later. I feel like it's better if I just do it all at once rather than just like doing it throughout the trial. Anyway, the victim is Kazuma Sogi. The victim was none other than Kazuma Sogi. Then who's that arrogant boy next to you with the fluttering headband? Oh, then why is that pompous-looking boy with the billowing headband still there standing next to you? Ah! Oops! I suggest you avoid making noises like that. Oops doesn't do that justice. Was Dr. Watson not enough? Are you trying to kill me next? Not content with having killed Dr. Wilson, now you're claiming my murder as well? I didn't kill anyone! I haven't killed anyone! Then take a good look at the court record before you answer. Then concentrate and actually read the court record before you answer. From what I can see, you are in no way qualified to defend yourself. I must say, you are not instilling the court with much confidence here. Mull it over and try again. Do it before the judge strikes you with his gavel. Quickly, give him the correct answer before he turns his gavel on you. And then we already read this part, so let's just do the next person. Let's do this one next. Let's do Ouchie's name. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, yeah, like in the Scarlet Study version, Ryunosuke's first interjection is "Sir," but in the Capcom version, it's "Yes." And they both translate to "Hi" in Japanese. Well, rather, "Hi" in Japanese translates to either, but it depends. But which translation you should go with depends on the context. Sometimes "Sir" fits the context. Sometimes "Yes" does. It's really not a whole, okay, this is completely better, this is not, this one sucks. It's, you know, sometimes "Sir" fits the context, sometimes "Yes" does. Both translations work. Yeah, that's really all I can say. Anyway, although I think Scarlet Studies is probably better overall, but Capcom's is definitely funnier. But anyway, the victim's name must be Taketsuchi Ouchi. The victim was none other than Taketsuchi Ouchi. Then who's the man with the glasses and the strange haircut over there? And who's the uptight, bespectacled top-knot standing opposite? How dare you call this a strange haircut? Who's a bespectacled top-knot? Ugh, the words just slipped out of my mouth. Ugh, sorry. For some reason that just came out, even though I know it's wrong. Did I even pronounce the word bespectacled properly? Yeah, I did. Sort of. Whatever. Shall I demonstrate my mastery of the shadow arts to you with my blade? Perhaps you're unaware that I am the master. I'm sorry. Perhaps you're unaware that I am a master of the ancient no-style sword arts. I, Ouchi, am no coward. I won't be defeated by the likes of a mere student. A pathetic little child like you would be sliced to pieces before you even came close to taking my life. Doesn't he know not to provoke a native of Edo? I'll cut him down where he stands. I wouldn't provoke that proud Edo spirit. He might draw his blade on you. I don't think this kind of behavior is appropriate in courts. I thought courtroom sparring was supposed to be done with words. Oh, and another thing about the translations here. Capcom's translation has a lot more wordplay in it, like here. So, yeah, just get used to that. It's an Ace Attorney game. Ace Attorney games have always had wordplay, so yeah, Capcom, yeah, you can tell that Capcom definitely was behind this translation here, the official translation, because of that wordplay. It's just so iconic to the series. And I need to plug my computer in because it is about to die, and I do not want to ruin my recording. Okay, just do this. Okay, there. Now it's plugged in, right? Yeah, it's plugged in. Okay. And we already read that. Okay, now let's do Professor Nikotova. Hi! The victim in this case is... the victim's name is... Stop. Stop! You were about to pick a name out at random, weren't you? You're just saying a random name that you come across in the court record, aren't you? You saw right through me. How did you guess? I mean, look at you. Anyone could tell that you were grasping at straws. It's blatantly obvious. From your sorry. Those shifty eyes are a dead giveaway. From your wide-eyed look of bewilderment. Okay, we already read that. Okay, now let's pick the right person this time. The victim is Dr. John H. Watson. The victim's name was Dr. John H. Wilson. Of course you would remember the name of a professor at your own university. Well, at least you could remember the name of an esteemed member of your own university. Dr. Watson was a medical doctor from the British Empire. Dr. Wilson was a visiting professor from England, invited to Yumei University 3 years ago. 3 years ago, he was invited to teach at Imperial Yumei University. Oh, shit. Right, I forgot. Extra text boxes in the Scarlet Study version. Okay, that's fine. And that is why we have such a tremendous debacle on our hands. Indeed, which is the reason why this case has such profound implications. The British Empire. The British Empire. A country with which the Empire of Japan wishes to maintain strong diplomatic relations, is at present our country's most valuable foreign ally. Recently, after lengthy negotiations, our two empires signed a new treaty. And as most of you will be aware, we have just signed a new treaty together after lengthy negotiations. The Japanese Anglo Treaty of Commerce and Navigation. Everyone knows about it. There can't be anyone who hasn't heard of the Anglo-Japanese Treaty of Friendship and Navigation. Okay, so you can see that the treaty name is different between the two translations. Ha! You knew that, and yet you still took the life of a Briton. Did I pronounce that correctly? Oh, whatever. And yet, despite these delicate circumstances, the blood of an Englishman has been spilt in our soil! What's more, you're students at Imperial Yumei University yourselves. You two are both undergraduates of the Imperial Yumei University, are you not? You murdered a professor of an institution of learning. Have you no shame? Murdering a professor from the very institution that provides your education. Have you no honor? But I didn't do it. But I didn't do it. Due to the grave nature of this incident, we have drawn the attention of the British Empire. This case is coming from under great scrutiny from our allies on the other side of the world. They have requested that the Supreme Court pass swift judgment in today's trial. The court therefore wishes for a speedy resolution to this matter. In other words, our spineless government is bending over backwards to appease the Brits. In other words, our feeble government is scared of upsetting England's policymakers. You're just being used as a convenient scapegoat for that end. And you're a convenient and expendable scapegoat to blame for this crime. Is that what makes this trial so special? So that's why this trial has these unusual peculiarities, is it? Exactly. Our country must find someone to punish as soon as possible. Exactly. Our government needs to convict someone as quickly as possible. All because the victim is a Brit. All because the victim was an Englishman. A British man, Dr. John H. Watson. Yes, Dr. Wilson was an Englishman. This has nothing to do with our countries, or that treaty. But nationalities and treaties won't make any difference for me here. I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. The fact is, I was there at the scene of the crime. I'll just let the zoom in thing finish. Unless... Oh yeah, it stopped. Okay. Oh, would you look at the time? I have to get going soon. Oh dear, look at the time. I'd better be going. I'll stay a bit longer. We came all this way after all. Alright, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place a little longer. You're right, you rarely get the chance to visit a high-class establishment like this. Good idea. After all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like this. I can't speak today, god damn it! Fuck, okay. Well then, take care. I'll see you in tomorrow's English lecture, partner. See you in English class tomorrow then, partner. Off to the British Empire, huh? What a guy. The British Empire. Wow, it's incredible to think... Oh? Wait. I've seen that man on campus before. I think he's that doctor from Britain. I've seen that man at university. I'm sure he's a visiting professor from Great Britain. I never got his name though. Maybe I should go and introduce myself. Oh, sorry. Maybe I should go introduce myself. I don't know his name, but still, I should go and say hello. Dies. I'm kidding. Well, I mean, I'm not wrong, but whatever. And so I went over to the professor's table. I went to Dr. Watson's table to introduce myself. And introduce myself to Dr. Wilson. Now, let us move on to the next question. Now then, let me pose my next question to you, Defendant Naruhodo. Yes, Your Honor! Yes, Your Excellency! How was Dr. John H. Watson robbed of his life? How did this professor of medicine, Dr. John H. Wilson, lose his life? Present the cause of death to the Supreme Court. State before the court the cause of death. Dr. Watson's cause of death? Of course, that would be... The cause of death? Well, obviously that was... Naruhodo. Ryunosuke. This is a court of law. Here, we let the evidence speak for itself. Remember that in courts, every assertion must be backed up by evidence. The evidence? By evidence? But how? Quickly, present the piece of evidence showing the doctor's cause of death. Find the piece of evidence that shows the professor's cause of death and select present. Do it now! Let me just go ahead and save here. Let's present the school badge. Yes! Hi! Hi! The evidence that demonstrates the cause of death is none other than this. The evidence that clearly shows the victim's cause of death is, of course, this. And what is the basis behind your claim? And on what basis do you present this evidence? The basis is... Oh yeah, it's written here, in the court record. Well, because it was in the court record, of course. Hold on. Slow down. Why did you choose that one? Don't you have something better to show? Why did you pick that? Isn't there something more relevant looking? Well, yes, but... Well, now that you say that, I suppose... Next time you make a mistake like that, your head will roll. Pick the wrong piece of evidence again, and it won't be a mystery as to your cause of death. From the looks of his eyes, mouth, and sword, he's not kidding. Yikes! He sounds and looks deadly serious. Quickly, present the piece of evidence showing the doctor's cause of death. Find the piece of evidence that shows the professor's cause of death and select present. Do it now! Okay, let's do it. Post-mortem report. Yep. Or a post-mortem. 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 In the Scholar Study version. See, why can't I pronounce that? Post-mortem. Post-mortem. Whatever. Anyway. Well... according to this thing, it was blood loss from a gunshot wound, Your Honor. According to this document, the victim suffered a hemorrhagic death due to gunshot trauma. At least call it by its proper name. That thing is a post-mortem report. Learn to read, you imbecile. That's the post-mortem report, I take it? Yes, the post-mortem. Sorry, yes, that's right. The, post-mortem report. In the West, for example, in the British Empire, corpses undergo what's called an autopsy. In the West, a doctor dissects corpses to identify the cause of death in an autopsy. But in our country, police surgeons conduct a post-mortem examination instead. But here in Japan, a police officer merely inspects the body and draws conclusions that way. Right. Now I get it. I don't get it at all. Oh, I see! As long as I'm not going to be tested on any of this later. Allow me to present a photograph of the crime scene. This is a so-called photographic print of the scene of the crime. As you can see, there are gunpowder burns around the bullet hole, meaning you can clearly discern scorch marks around the bullet hole produced by the powder explosion. The victim was shot at point-blank range. There's no other conclusion. In other words, we should assume that the victim was shot at close range. Very well. The court accepts this modern investigation tool as evidence. Thank you, counsel. The court will accept this modern scientific evidence into the record. Photograph of the victim has been filed in the court record. The photographic print of the victim has been entered into the court record. Photograph of the victim shows the victim. Cause of death appears to be a gunshot to the chest from the front. A photographic print that shows the victim. He was shot from the front in the chest and subsequently died. Wow, so this is a photograph. It's my first time seeing one. So that's a photographic print. Well, that's something I've never seen before. It captures far more detail than what you'd expect from an illustration. It's clearly superior to a drawing. The detail's incredible. Very well. You have proven yourself to the court. The questioning ends here. Very well. I am satisfied with your answers. Now, let us proceed with the trial. Let us start the trial. Understood, Your Honor. Certainly, Your Excellency. First, I would like to give an overview of the incident. So, without further ado, in order to better apprise the court with the facts of the case, I hereby summon a witness who was present at the scene of the crime. The prosecution hereby calls its first witness, who was there at the scene of the crime when it happened. Oof. Here we go. This is it then. I just realized what the professor had in mind. I think I may have worked out what the professor had in mind. Professor Mikotoba, you mean? The professor? You mean Dr. Mikotoba? He knew that you'd be the one defending yourself in court. However, yes, clearly you're the defense lawyer today, not me. But that doesn't mean... As long as I stand by your side, I can still offer you advice. Well, I can still act as your assistant. Oh, that's true. Ah, of course! Here's what Professor Mikotoba told me. When he was speaking with me before, he simply said, Kazuma Asogi must not stand as the defense attorney in today's trial. Kazuma Asogi must not be the defense lawyer in this trial. Good grief. Everything went exactly as the professor planned. He really has been sticking his oar in, hasn't he? Please lend you... Oh, I can't... Sorry. I just messed that up. Please lend me your wisdom, Asogi! Maybe, but any help you can give me would be greatly appreciated, Kazuma. You got it. For starters, do something about your shifty eyes and cold sweats. Well, my first piece of advice is, rein in that crazy look of bewilderment and control the cold sweats. Only if you do something about your fluttery headband and cold gaze. Only if you rein in that crazy headband and control the cold stares first. Okay, I'm thinking about whether or not to stop right here, or to, you know what? I'm just gonna wait until the testimony thing. I'll stop at the testimony. Where the cross-examination, I mean, not the testimony. Or actually, you know what? I'm gonna stop at the testimony. Yeah, I'm gonna stop at the testimony, and then, you know, like where they give their account, and then after that will come the cross-examination. The cross-examination will happen. Oh, what the hell? I hope my computer's fine. Okay, anyway. Yeah, so I'll stop at the testimony. Not the cross-examination, but what comes before it, the testimony. I think that's better. Witness, please state your name and occupation to the court. Witness, state your name and occupation for the court, please. Certainly. My name is Satoru Hosonaga. Of course. My name is Satoru Hosonaga. I am a waiter at La Quantos, a restaurant serving Western cuisine. Can't speak today. I'm a waiter at La Quantos, a restaurant serving Western cuisine. I am the head waiter at a Western-style restaurant called Le Carnaval. Okay, so the restaurant name is different between the two translations. Are you okay? There's blood dripping out of your mouth. Are you alright? You seem to be coughing up some... Oh, this is completely normal. I'm perfectly fine. It's a regular occurrence. It really doesn't bother me. I'm not too sure about that. Well, it really should. Yeah, I mean, like, fam, I think that's tuberculosis, and you should not be handling food if you have that. You're a waiter. Like, fam, you're gonna endanger people. I mean, at least I'm assuming that's tuberculosis. That's what it looks like. It's like, you know, just, no, that shit spreads like wildfire. A few years ago, the southeastern corner of the capital was open to foreign settlements. As everyone knows, the capital's southeastern quarter was developed for foreign visitors some years ago. Now it has become a fashionable area lined with hotels catering to visitors from abroad. It's become a very fashionable district now, full of hotels to accommodate overseas guests. The crime occurred 3 days ago in that area, at a restaurant specializing in Western cuisine. This grim crime occurred in one of the district's so-called restaurants, an Occidental eatery, 3 days ago. Witness, please share everything you know with the court. Understood. Hosonaga-san, you will kindly tell the court everything you can about the incident. As you wish. At once, sir. Try not to interrupt this man's testimony, amateur attorney. I'm warning you. And no petty interjections from the aspiring lawyer boy, please. Yes, sir. I never even called myself an attorney. Oh, perspiring maybe, but aspiring? I love that wordplay. Okay. So... okay, well, this isn't where I stop. At least I don't think it's where I stopped. Whatever, I'll keep going. It was just after 2 p.m. that day. We normally have few patrons at that hour. It was just after 2 p.m. on the day in question. We had few diners at that time of day. After the lunch rush, only 3 groups of customers remained. The lunchtime rush was over, and there were only 3 tables still occupied. Come to think of it, he's right. There weren't many customers at the time. That fits in with my memory of it too. There was hardly anyone else in the place. I was in the kitchen, putting away the dishes, when suddenly... It was when I was in the kitchen, putting away crockery and cutlery. Bang! A gunshot rang out from the dining area. When I ran out in a panic, I saw it. A gunshot rang out, so I hurried out to the dining area to see what had happened. I saw the British gentleman, the victim, slumped over in his chair. I found the victim, an English gentleman, slumped in his chair. Standing next to him was the defendant, holding a pistol. And standing immediately beside him, gun in hand, was the accused university student. Wait! Please, wait a second! Hold on! Let me just clarify something here. Yes, I picked up the gun when I noticed it on the ground. Well, I did pick up a gun that I found lying on the floor beside the professor. But I swear I didn't fire it! I didn't shoot him! Save your breath. I've already warned you once. I believe I asked you to refrain from petty interjections. We are here to listen to the witness's testimony, not your outbursts, you amateur. The court wishes to listen to the witness's report of what he saw, you amateur. But... The next time you interrupt, be prepared to suffer a penalty. The next time you interrupt at an inappropriate time, you will be penalized, Defendant Naruhodo. Naruhodo, you'll get your chance to strike back eventually. Don't worry, Ryunosuke. You'll have your chance to fight back. For now, listen to what this man has to say. For now, you must just quietly listen to the witness. Witness, there is one thing I would like to confirm. If I may confirm one point, waiter. You saw the accused standing next to the victim with a pistol in hand, correct? Standing beside the victim with a gun in his hand was the same man we see here in court today. Certainly, that is correct. Yes, without question. I see. I see. And apart from the accused, no one else was near the victim? And apart from the accused, was there anyone else standing beside the victim? Certainly not. No. Apart from the deceased British gentleman and the defendant, no one else was present. There was no one else around that table but the deceased Englishman and the university student. Huh? Wait, what did he just say? Huh? Wait, what did he just say? No one else was present near the victim? There was no one else around that table? What's the matter, Naruhodo? What's the matter, Ryunosuke? That's not how I remember it. That's just not right. When I walked over to introduce myself to Dr. Watson, when I went over to Dr. Wilson to say hello, there was a woman sitting in the chair across from him. There was a woman sitting opposite him at his table. What? Really? There's no way the waiter missed that. And that's not something the waiter could have missed. They keep telling me not to interrupt, but can I really just stand and watch this? I've been warned about interjecting, but still, what should I do? Let me just save. Let's just go back. Let's see what Oh, I forgot to show what happens if you do go back to the first first path and then like I forgot to show what happens. Like, remember when you have the first when the judge asks you a question of who's going to be defending you. I forgot to show what happens if you choose the other option. If you choose the other option, you know, it just continues from where Kazuma says no confirmation is needed. you know, it's just whatever. But I'll remember to actually show both options this time. I can't believe I forgot. That's embarrassing. But really, it just starts from, like, the part where Kazuma says, you don't have to worry, Your Honor. I'll be the one to, you know, when he says that he's going to do it. But anyway. Wait and see what happens. Let's do that one first. Yeah, I should probably hold my tongue here. I desperately want to say something, but I was told not to interject. Naruhodo. Ryunosuke. You seem like the kind of guy who studies just because his parents tell him to. If your parents tell you to study, you're the kind of man who would diligently get to work, aren't you? Well, you're not wrong. That's how I made it into Yume. I suppose I am. I'd never have gotten into Yume University otherwise. Oh, sorry, I should say, I'd never have gotten to Yume University otherwise. But you should know, rolling over and letting people boss you around won't get you far. But you can't just always follow the rules in life, you know. If you miss your opportunity to speak up now, you'll regret it once you're declared guilty. If you don't say what you want to say right now, you'll seriously regret it when you're found guilty. When you put it like that, it really hits home. Alright, you've scared me. I won't forget that piece of advice in a hurry. I know what I have to say. I just have to close my eyes and take the plunge. And there is something I want to say. I'm just going to shut my eyes and say it. Okay, so let me just reload and show you guys what happens if you choose the other option. Okay, so let's interject this time. Or interrupt him anyway. Give me just a moment to defend myself! Just a moment, please! Dr. Watson wasn't sitting alone at the time! Dr. Wilson wasn't alone that day! I'm certain that there was a woman dining with him! I'm sure of it! There was a lady sitting with him at the same table! My, what a troublemaker. Dear me, what are we going to do with you? This attorney will stop at nothing to interfere with the trial. He's little more than a fraud. With your blatant disregard for court proceedings, I'm beginning to wonder if you're not a fraud. I'm not even sure that we can reasonably call the accused an attorney. Could it be that the accused, this mere student, is not a real lawyer after all? But I'm sure of what I saw! Witness, are you sure that your memory isn't flawed? Hosonaga-san, is there any chance you're mistaken? Perhaps your memory of events is hazy? I certainly am. No. The British gentleman came to the restaurant by himself that day. The deceased gentleman came to dine alone. But that's impossible! I don't believe it. I made sure to sketch the seating arrangement with our patrons on this right here. I actually have a rough plan of the restaurant as it was that day. I really should have drunk some water before doing this. I'm sorry. But I'm trying my best. I implore you to check for yourself. Please, have a look if you'd like to. This appears to be a sketch of the crime scene. Let me see. Ah, a sketch of the establishment's layout drawn by yourself, I presume? Since it was an emergency situation, I resorted to using the back of my business card. That's right. I'm afraid I used the back of my business card. It was a turbulent situation. As you can see, this shows that the victim was alone at the time in question. However, as you can see, the gentleman in question was seated alone. You've gone above and beyond the call of duty. Truly, you are an admirable young waiter. Well, you're clearly a very conscientious waiter. You flatter me, Your Honor. Thank you, sir. I request that you present that sketch to the court as evidence for the trial. The court will take this plan and add it to the court record as evidence. Oh, well... well... Is something wrong? Go on, hand it over. Is there a problem? Hand the plan to the court officer at once. Certainly. As you wish. Of course. Here you are. That's odd. He was pretty calm up until now. What was that about? He's been completely calm and collected until now. He's right. The waiter does seem to look a bit flustered. Something certainly seems to have shaken him. Business card. Head waiter's card. A sketch of the crime scene is drawn on the back. Waiter's business card. The head waiter's business card. A sketch of the restaurant's layout is on the back. Business card has been filed in the court record. The waiter's business card has been entered into the court record. And so, that summarizes what happened during the incident. So, the court has now heard a precis of the case. Is that how you pronounce it? Precis? 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 Whatever. When the gunshot rang out from the dining room. Yes, at the moment the gunshot was heard in the restaurant. The only person near the victim was the accused. The only person in close proximity to the victim was the defendant on trial today. Why, I'd say we'll be wrapping up this trial early today. It would seem we are looking at a black and white case here. Defendant, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Defendant Naruhodo. Yes, Your Honor? Yes, Your Excellency? If you plead guilty now, the court is willing to If you plead guilty now, the court is willing to recognize your plea as a mitigating factor. If you admit your guilt at this stage, the court is willing to look mercifully upon you. He means that your punishment may be reduced. In other words, you may have some small reprieve in terms of your inevitable punishment. Be aware that this witness was only here to provide a summary of the incident. I called this waiter as an unsworn witness in order to explain the details of the case to the court. But if you insist on prolonging this trial, but I must warn the defense, if you are determined to pursue matters further in this trial, then the prosecution will gladly summon a decisive witness to the stand. The prosecution has decisive evidence from sworn witnesses who were present at the scene of the crime. Oh, you know what? I should probably stop when the next witnesses are introduced. Yeah, I think that'd be a good stopping point. For some reason, I thought we were going to cross-examine the waiter first, and I don't know how I forgot about that. How I forgot about the order of the case, because I literally played this case not too long ago, so I don't know. Like on both versions of the game, both the French translation, and the Capcom translation. So I don't know what I don't know how I forgot that. Anyway, hey Asogi, what should I do? What do you think I should do, Kazuma? What are you talking about? What do you mean? Well, it sounds like I'm going to be declared guilty sooner or later. Well, I'm going to be found guilty one way or another, it seems. So I think it might be best if I just plead guilty right now. Wouldn't it be sensible to plead guilty at this stage and hope for a more lenient sentence? Okay, I need a drink of water. I'll be right back. I'm sorry. I just need a drink of fucking water. I'll be right back. so much better. Okay. Whew, okay. I mean, everyone's been talking about how special this trial is, right? Everyone keeps telling me that this trial is unusual about these peculiarities. You, Professor Mikotoba. Oh shit, what the fuck? Ah! No, my phone! Oh my god. Crap! I wasn't finished! How the hell? Ah, god damn it, my phone turned off. God damn it. My fucking phone turned off. Oh, god damn it, okay. Shit. But why did it turn off? Like, it was plugged into the computer. Oh my fucking god, okay. Wow. Like, why the fuck did it turn off? Oh, great. Now I gotta do the whole... Oh my god. Damn. Shit. God damn it. I don't know. I was not expecting it to turn off like that. Son of a bitch. Son of a fucking bitch. Okay, let me just try this again. I was literally almost done. Fuck me. Fuck me, fuck me, fuck me. Okay. Let me just fix this really fast. Oh, wow. Okay. I don't know why that happened. Like, it was plugged into the computer. Like, it... Like, did the game just suck up my battery power or something? Yeah, like, that's what happened. If I can't... If I'm out of battery, I'm just gonna stop here. Oh my god, that's so embarrassing. Okay, wow. Let me just... Yeah, this is embarrassing. Okay, Oh, I can pause the recording. You know, I'll just leave it on. That's fine. I don't really feel like unpausing the recording. Okay. Yeah, okay, so... I want to at least finish this. I was so close. I hope my game saved. It probably didn't. Oh, god damn it. Yeah, I might have to just stop here. Wow, okay. Fuck. Shit. I'm gonna just stop here. Wow, okay, so my phone is, you know, dying. I'm not gonna be able to play the game from this point on my phone, so... Let me just read the Capcom line and then stop here. Wow, okay. Shit. Next time I do this, I'll make sure that my phone is charged all the way through. I was not expecting it to, like... I don't know how the hell that happened. And it needs to be plugged into the computer in order for me to, record from it. I don't know. Whatever. Guess I'm stopping right here, then. Wow. That's embarrassing. Oh well, that's okay. I mean, I guess I could pause the recording. But I don't really feel like I kind of don't want to, risk having my recording be ruined by a blue screen of death because my computer's been having a lot of those lately. So, I'm just gonna stop here and we'll continue from this point on. Okay. Anyway, I'll just read this line. You've said it, Professor Mikotoba said it, and so has the judge and the prosecution. Okay, let me just save that. Okay. So let me just go back to the... I'm just gonna stop right here, that's fine. Damn, if only my phone... If only I just charged my damn phone. I did not expect the battery power to die that quickly. Okay. Well, whatever. Okay, so I will stop here, but thank you all so much for watching. Next time we will do the second part of the start of the trial. So we're like about halfway through, I guess. Like, this is just before the witnesses are about to be introduced. Not the waiter, obviously, but the other two witnesses. Anyway. Thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.